Hey, howdy, folks. Welcome to another edition of Sticks-n-Stones. Y'all are about a second behind. Welcome, welcome. Man, it's a hot one here in Texas today, but I have a scorching hot pairing for you. I know you are going to love it. Making sure yep, I can see myself. Let me turn up some volume. I can hear myself, so we are good to go. I have a really great pairing for you today. I've been doing a lot of bourbons here lately, so I decided it was time to get back into Scotch just a little bit. And so I am pairing today the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve. It's one of my favorite scotches. I love the rum cask finish, and I am pairing that with a Gilberto Oliva, and this is the what do they call this damn stick? Uh, the Reserve Blanc 650, and 650 is 6 by 50 on the ring gauge. So. Uh, I think this pairing is going to be more about balance without aggression, where some creamy refinement in the stick kind of meets that island-inspired sweetness. I want to get my cameras all. Well, that was terrible. This is a professional show, right? Yeah, we are all about professionalism here. All right, y'all can laugh about that. I think that's actually the first time that's ever happened. That's amazing. Anyway, but I think if you're looking for something that sips easy, but still delivers complexity, I think that this might quietly become one of your go-to sips and smokes. So let's just go ahead and dive right on in, and let's get started with the Glenlivet. This is a Speyside single malt Scotch. Speyside, for anyone that doesn't know, is one of the 5 Scotch making regions, um, along with Islay, Highland, Lowland, and Campbelltown. Um, this spirit, man, look at that in the glass. That is just, it is a beautiful, beautiful color. That light, kind of light golden, almost like a ripe hay that's ready to harvest, or wheat. Mm. This is 80%, 40% alcohol by volume, so it's 80 proof. It is finished in rum cask barrels that formerly held rum casks that formerly held rum. So you get a little bit of that island-inspired rumminess. It is 100% malted barley on the mash bill. That mash bill delivers a nice, smooth, clean kind of malt backbone that really allows the rum cask finish to shine through, bringing in some of that tropical sweetness and maybe a little bit of citrus and toffee without a heaviness. Can't get my cameras exactly the way I want them. Yeah, there we go. Now, where were we? On the nose. You can just tell. I mean, you can pick up all of the tropicaliness, if you will, on the nose. You get this nice tropical fruit with some honey and a little bit of orange zest, some light vanilla, and with just a hint of a rummy sweetness. But you also get, just behind that, you get a little bit of that natural scotchiness, the malted barley kind of thing that is just, it's indicative of Scotch. All right, on the palate. Oh yeah, we'll do it again. Oh yes, you get a really nice, a creamy caramel up front with some banana, maybe a little bit of pineapple mixed in there, some toffee, and just a little bit of baking spice. Not a lot, just a little. Um, it's a short to medium finish with kind of a lingering sweetness and some nice citrus peel and a little bit of kind of a gentle warmth on the tongue. And that's what she said. Now, Gilberto Oliva, one person, Reserva Blanc 650. It's been a day. We'll get into it, but anyway, the filler and binder on this stick are both Nicaraguan. The wrapper is a beautiful Ecuadorian Connecticut. It has this wonderful light tan color, tight yet visible seams, moderate veining. See if I can get this to where y'all can all see this at once. There's a few pronounced veins in there, not a lot, but a few. And a double cap. It really is like flawless construction. We're going to go ahead and give it a cut. Cutting with my Cassetti multi-cutter on the V-cut. All right, on the nose. You get these wonderful notes of cream and hay with some cedar in there and a little bit of light nuttiness. Simple, but elegant on the draw. An easy draw. You pick up cedar, you pick up a little bit of sweet cream, some almond, maybe a little bit of white pepper. That's probably about it. All right, let's go ahead and light her up. I am using the Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch, my blowtorch of a cigar lighter. I got to get over to my buddies over at In Fuego. They've got the Rocky Patel Sapphire in, and I need a couple of those desperately. Just want to make sure I've got it straight because I do see some waves in it, and I think that's my cutting. Do this because I'll need to tell you guys whether it's straight burn or not. So, all right, on the palette. You get a nice creaminess, some soft cedar, a light nuttiness in there that lead with a smooth, mellow body. This is a really mild, we'll see how it goes, maybe getting into medium strength, but a very good smoker just right off the bat. I think it would be very good for people that are kind of new to cigars. You start with your training wheels on, but now let's try them together. One more time. The Glenlivet immediately amplifies the cigar's creaminess, adding tropical fruit and honey, creating this smooth, almost dessert-like introduction. They marry very well together. The Glenlivet, it's 80 proof, doesn't overpower the cigar. The cigar, the flavors from the cigar meld very well in with the Scotch, and you don't have any like competing properties, I guess is the way I could say that. Hey, what's up, man? Glad you made it. If you're joining us a little bit late, we are pairing the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve. It's a single malt Speyside Scotch with a Gilberto Oliva Reserva Blanc in 6x50. They call it the Reserva Blanc 650. So, and they are doing very well together just right out of the gate. The The Scotch gives us some nice tropical fruit and honey and orange zest and a little light vanilla with some rum sweetiness on the nose and on the palate. We pick up this nice creamy creamy caramel and banana, a little pineapple, some toffee, and just a little touch of baking spice in there. It's got a nice short to medium finish, but you do get a little lingering sweetness with some citrus peel and a nice gentle warmth on your tongue. The Gilberto Oliva, I can't get all this out. Reserva Blanc is it's got a Nicaraguan filler and binder, Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. It gave us some cream and hay and cedar and a light nuttiness on the nose. Um, and then cream, soft cedar, and light nuttiness on the palate. That kind of just really lead with this nice, smooth, mellow body. And they do go together very, very well with the tropical fruit and honey from the Scotch, really marrying up and creating kind of a dessert-esque type experience. So you're all caught up. We're going to keep going here just a little bit because I'm doing very well on time. Um, and I'll tell you a little story. All right, I'm in some different bourbon Facebook groups, and last night the one here for North Texas, um, they posted a post from Specs. Specs is a big Texas liquor store chain up the road about 30 miles. And there's a picture of a barrel with Weller 12-year-old, Weller Full Proof, Antique 109, and Blanton's single barrel, the base Scotch or base bourbon. And it was already like 7 o'clock, and I didn't want to drive up there and back after I'd already been working all day and everything. So I'm like, well, I'll head up there right after they open this morning, just see if some of this stuff might be left. I walked in. Now you can only have one off the barrel, any one you want, but only one, not one of each thing. I walk in. They've got two full proofs, two or three antique 109s, like a dozen 12 years, and then like six or so Blantons. So I've never even tried the full proof. So I got the full proof for $66. You go look at like Barrel Tap, some of these online places, they're still wanting $150 and $200 for that spirit. The bourbon bubble has busted. Yeah, and people were at another Specs down in Dallas. They got in line at 5:40 this morning for the same drop. I drove 30 miles up the road, walked in, just picked it up off the barrel, and walked over and paid for it. There wasn't but three people in the store. I ain't standing in line for that. Mm-mm. But I guess that there's going to be a future episode with Weller Foolproof. So there's a little inside information for you. Speaking of inside information, please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, do all the whistles. And if you subscribe to us on X, $1 a month, just one. That's 25 cents a week. You get the pairing notes ahead of time. Actually, I didn't get to do a show last week, but I had already sent the pairing notes out for this episode. So my subscribers actually had this a week and a half ahead of time. At a unexpected trip out of town I had to make. Yeah, I'm seeing posts all over with stuff becoming available that you used to not even see. There's a couple of Weller bottles. I can CYBP, something like that, and then it's orange, kind of an orangey label and a white label. I forget what they are. Uh, but those were like unicorns. I'd never seen those in person, and I have now. Um, they're still high, and I ain't spending that. Mm-mm. No, not when these Weller prices, the ones that are now available, are 50% or more less than what they were last year. I've heard that now the the go-to is tequila. Now they're going to start with tequila. So, all right, we're at 15 minutes. I tell you, I try to keep these between 15 and 20 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and let you know how this thing goes. As we get towards the midpoint, the cream kind of deepens, and you get this kind of subtle spice that emerges, and a light toastiness develop. The Scotch's citrus and pineapple notes brighten the profile, while the cigar's cream, that creamy base, keeps everything grounded. This is a pairing that really starts getting a good rhythm going once you start getting deeper into the cigar. And rounding it out, when you get towards the end of the cigar, you're going to find some toasted oak, some gentle pepper, a slightly fuller body than the first 3/4 of the cigar, but it still remains smooth. It doesn't get harsh. It just amplifies a little bit. The rum cask sweetness continues to soften those edges around the cigar, preventing there being any bitterness or anything like that, and keeping the experience balanced and refined all the way to the end. The Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper drives a creamy, kind of mild profile that allows the rum finished Scotch to really shine, enhancing its sweetness while maintaining elegance. Got to have elegance, right? This is, to me, overall, is a silky, kind of tropical, easygoing pairing that really prioritizes smoothness and balance over intensity, with not contrasting. It doesn't contrast. It's not opposites, whatever. Perfect for newer palates. This is definitely a cigar. If you're really just thinking about getting into cigars, this would be a good place to start right here. This is a good cigar to start with. Because it is very smooth for the newer palates, but it still gives plenty of complexity for the seasoned smoker that's looking to maybe relax for a little bit. So overall, I'd give this pairing a 8.6 out of 10. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. You know, these Gilberto Olives, you can find them very inexpensively. I think I got this 5-pack, which I've got maybe 2 left because I did my testing. I think it was less than $20. That's not bad. And the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve is not bad either. I know it's a sub 50, and I think it's a sub 40 bottle. You're talking somewhere in the upper 20s to 30s, I believe. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go and find out because I'm going to be needing some more of it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, blow all the bells, ring all the bells, and blow all the whistles, is what she said. And go over and subscribe on X for $1 a month. You will get my show notes ahead of time, gives you the time to go out, maybe get the cigar and the spirit, smoke it along with me and see if you get what I get. Please leave me comments. I love comments, negative or positive, don't care. I laugh off the negative and thank you profusely for the positives. So until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, stones cold. Have a great day.